Yep. Yo, yo, yo. We're live, we're live, we're live. Yo, 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 what's good, guys? Alright, it's holiday week. How we doing? How we doing? Type in the chat if you guys can hear me good. We're gonna get started in like 2 minutes here. Interesting. Alright, so it's holiday week. I mean, what traders need to know. A little quick heads up before we get into the charts. I'm just checking out the chat right now. What you guys are saying. So yeah, like it's holiday week in the markets. Since we trade XAUSD, we traded on forex for the most of us. Some of you guys might trade it on futures. Since we trade XAUSD on forex, some brokers, some or maybe most, may have reduced liquidity. Different operating hours, or even full closures at times. Full closures even at times. Spreads can widen, maybe moves can be choppy, and sessions might not behave normally. So don't expect. So maybe we can go some key tips for the week. You know, don't expect. I'll write them down, but I'll write them down in a minute. Yeah, like I said, reduce liquidity. You're gonna have like different operating hours for most brokers. Full closures at times. Markets will still have movement, but it might be choppy, slower. Sessions might not behave normal. So like, don't expect clean follow through. You know, holiday price action. Holiday price action is often slow or stop hunt heavy. I'd say sit out, lower risk. You know, watch the market. If it moves, it moves. This isn't a week to really force any trades, force runners, force anything really. If you trade, like, be quick, be disciplined. Like I said, this isn't a week to force trades or force runners. Let the market, basically what we want the next 2 weeks is just to kind of let the market come back into full participation before sizing up again. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with doing less at times. It's to be ready when the market's ready. The goal isn't to trade every day. The best traders, they survive the quiet times, the quiet weeks, the boring times. And then they're ready when volume and structure comes back and returns to like full participation. So yeah, when you see like this many holidays stacked together, it tells you one thing, that liquidity is going to be thin, volume will be low, structure will get sloppy, and even if your broker is technically open, so like I said, most or some brokers in the beginning, what I said about all the brokers and stuff like that, like technically, like even if your broker is technically open, conditions won't be normal. You'll see maybe some fake breakouts, random spikes, maybe some slow movements, even wider spreads. Like you'll probably see much wider spreads at different times. So like even if your broker is open, technically, maybe certain operating times, all of that can be a kind of conjunction of like when you see this many holidays stacked together. All right, so don't force trades. It's not an environment to force trades. We need some good clean movement. Without volume, it can be choppy or stop hunts. And it's either scale down or sit out. Honestly, no trades at all is a valid decision this week. Like I said, your brokers, even if your broker is technically open, you'll see movement a bit. Like no trades is still like a valid decision, and that's one reason like why no trades could be a valid decision on a week like this or weeks like this, is to protect your psychology. Last thing you want to do is have high expectations or force trades or try to make money or make the most out of the market in the next couple of weeks or something with the time that it's open. Like I said, like a lot of you, technically your broker, like even if your broker is technically open, conditions won't be normal. You'll have movement. Like I said, there's different operating hours or even full closures at times when holidays are stacked like this together. So it's a good time to sit out to protect your psychology. A lot of traders lose money during weeks like this, not because the market is hard, because they feel like they need to trade. So you want to protect your psychology going into that new year. You don't want to force yourself with any trades, feel like you need to participate. Like I said, a valid decision is not trading in a week like this. That could be a valid decision. So protecting your psychology is key. Most traders will overthink a week like this, or a month like December. December in general, most traders will overthink December. And especially coming into it and during it. We often blame the market for our results or performance. We have to sometimes remember not every week is going to be equal. Not every month is going to be equal. It's about the execution. And you don't want to be one of those traders who overthink a week like this. It's not that big of a deal to overthink something like this, a week like this, or what do I got to do? What's everyone doing? What's the market? Am I going to miss out? Honestly, that's just thinking emotional and rational. And a lot of traders tend to overthink these types of weeks, and they go into the year not so sharpened, or they lose money in weeks like this, and then they blame the market because the market it's December, this, that. Just don't trade, especially if there's no need to. So my advice for the next maybe 2 weeks, it's a simple focus: capital preservation, patience, waiting for full participation to return. There will be plenty of clean clean gold setups, clean gold opportunities once banks are fully back and volume returns. Missing trades now doesn't matter, but losing discipline matters right now. If you lose your discipline and you lose your psychology right now, you won't go into the year that sharp. So it's simple: capital preservation, patience, waiting for the market to really return. What you could be doing during holiday weeks is just a mindset reset. This is where you detach from the need to trade. I said it last week. Last week I told you guys no trade is a position. Patience is a position. So this is a good time to have that mindset reset. Detach from the need to trade. Accept this. Accept the fact that, accept that no trade is a position. Break the habits of forcing action. Remind yourself your job is to, just focus on execution, not entertainment. So you could number one, go for a mindset reset. Number one, reset your mindset. Take the time to detach from the need to trade and see what that does for yourself, because most months, most weeks, most days we're on it looking for what's the market going to do all the time. It's a lot of energy putting towards something. Number two, you could backtest. You could backtest with intention, not random backtest. Like backtest clean setups, good setups that have happened over the last month, over the last 2 months. Focus on the time of the day that the setups happen. London session, New York session. When you're backtesting, focus on things like the win rate, your average drawdown. Like when you're backtesting, focus on what is the average drawdown if I were to have entered something. What invalidates a setup. Backtest stuff, journal stuff. You could journal. Go back and look at your last 20 to 30 trades. Go back and look at the last 50 trades you've taken. Right? Go look for repeated mistakes. Go look for the best performing conditions. Go look for the trades that were taken inside of your plan or outside of your plan. And maybe think of the emotional states of those trades. Most traders usually already know what's wrong. They just haven't looked at it. So go back and look at the last 20 trades you've taken. Were they good trades? Why did you take those trades? Can you look at the last 20 trades, 30 trades, 15 trades, whatever amount? 20 to 50 trades that you've taken. Can you notice good performing conditions? Is there any repetitive mistakes that you make? Are you over trading? I mentioned something today, and we're gonna look at the chart in a little minute. We're gonna be on when the market opens. Market opens today, right? There's no news or anything. I don't know. Look at Sunday, Monday. Well, let me see something. They put on some yellow folders. Let me see. Sunday. Okay, here we go. Got the yellow folders there. So I'm gonna be. Market opens soon, but gold opens in at 6. I mean, we got maybe a bit of movement that might happen in the next day and a half, Monday going into Tuesday. Maybe the market. I'm gonna watch gold just because how it where it is. Gold is interesting. I'm gonna go over some analysis to tie into okay, we might get some movement in the next day or two. We're gonna look at some stuff. But yeah, journal or backtest your trades, the last 20 trades you've taken, the last 30 trades you've taken, or the last 50 trades that you've taken. Go farther out. Maybe there's things you just haven't looked at yet that deeply. And you're just aimlessly taking trades to just be in the market, jump into the market without there being a proper setup there. You're just focusing on trying to catch movement or chasing movement. So again, look for repeated mistakes. Look for your best performing conditions over the last trades and take some time to do that. I mentioned something today, so I got a couple messages from some of my students and some people on Discord and school that were saying that they had like a bad December. And I get it. Like December is kind of like a psychological time of the year where people tend to, like think, even me, like I've been trading for over 10 years. So I've definitely, I remember my first 3 years being like, December market, December. I had a pretty good December. Only lost 3 trades. So, I mean, like, if you had a bad December, if you had a bad month, you're not going to make up for it this week and the next week or two. Like, this is your time to reflect. Like I said, take a step back and say, okay, like, how can I detach from feeling the need to trade? But let's look at maybe what I was doing wrong. I had a great December. Some of you guys were over trading December. Maybe just always on it, always looking for a move. Patience is key. December might have been a month that taught you that. Ask yourself when you're reviewing those trades, those last 20, 30, 40, 50 trades. I could look at the last 100 trades I've taken and they like the last 100, 50, 20, whatever it is, and there would be a fine line of good consistency there, right? We could look at the trades from this month. I only lost 3 signals this month, 3 trades. And some of you guys lost 3 trades in a day, 3 trades in a session, 3 trades in, like some of you guys lost 3 trades in a day and called it a week, and it's like, damn, like, losses, they weigh in on you. But losing's a part of the game. It's natural to take losses, but if you notice, I took 3 losses this month. They were spread out. It's not like I took 3 losses in a day. I took 1 loss. I won some trades. Took another loss. I won 7 trades or 8 trades in a row. Actually, 8 trades in a row in the month of December. And it's all about focusing on the execution of the setup, the timing of the setup too. So you have to ask yourself too, like, were your losses good trades or emotional trades? How many trades did you actually take? Like, how many trades did you actually enter? Positions, setups, confirmations. And then when you ask yourself that question, it's okay, were you over trading or forcing setups, right? Some things you may have to ask yourself. Go review this month properly. For example, like I use myself as an example because this is as transparent as it can be with all the signals I sent this month. My own personal trading. So whether it was your own trading, well, we had a great month. Needless to say, we had a solid month of signals. The signals were on point. Some of you guys might have just been doing things on your own that were over trading, just jumping in things too early or using too small stop losses, or just maybe some of these things. These 3 things here. So like I said, take this next week to go back, look at the last 20 trades you took, look at the last 50 trades you took. What's your average drawdown? What invalidates your trades? What happens after you lose your trade, right? Like, where do you lose? Why do you lose? Where are you losing your trades? What are you doing when you lose? How are you feeling when you lose? After, like, what's the emotions before the trade? What happens after you lose? Like, where are you losing? Where are you taking your trades, and where are you losing? Like, it's all about positioning too, knowing where you're positioning yourself. Because I'm pretty confident I could take a trade, and I know, like, I'm good at positioning myself for entries, that if I lose a trade, that shortly after there's probably another trade coming for me. that I'm good enough at already positioning myself that if I lose, I know, okay, like I know why I lost or where I'm losing, like like where the market's probably gonna go next, and how I just gotta wait. So it's called learning how to lose. So I mean, I use myself as an example. Like, I wrote this in the inner circle today. Profits came one trade at a time. Not trading every minute, not every hour, not chasing. If a loss happened, I took another trade the next day, or maybe hours later. Not 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, 10 seconds later, a minute later, 30 minutes later, an hour later. It would be 4 hours or 6 hours or the next day, if anything. So this game isn't about being in the market all day. It's about execution, patience, and discipline. A lot of you guys make money and you keep entering. So a lot of you guys will flip your accounts, you'll make money, you'll have good trades, and then you'll keep continuing. Even though you just executed, the job was done. So a lot of you guys are entering positions. Boom. You take your account from 2,000 to 3,000 for the day, and you keep pushing buttons after that. And you're not just calling it a day, or you're looking for the next trade right away. Like, okay, I got to make more money. Let the day, whatever you execute something on the day, come back. There's always time. I'm going to tell you, there's always time to trade. Go look at every signal you guys have. Those of you guys that are in my inner circle, you have every signal I sent this month. From December 1st, or the last day of November, going in, like it was literally like the last day of November I sent a signal, and then right after, like, yeah, I sent a signal at like the right before, like November 30th, and then literally hours later, like December 1st. Now we took some stop losses. Like here, we took a win. And this is a trade I took an L on. Yeah, there was losing trades. When you keep it going and you just focus on the setups. I ended up winning 8 trades in a row. Bam, 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 like bull take profits getting hit. Like we smashed a trade the last trade we took last week was crazy. It was a crazy trade, this one. And you know, some of you guys need to slow down, review, refine, and take time to do that. And I use myself as an example. Transparent as it can be, from November 30th until now. I only took 3 losses. I lost 1 trade last week. And like that's it. And I'll tell you, I missed trades too. Like, I'm going to tell you something right now. Because I wasn't streaming as much. There's a couple nights I went out, missed some market time. Let's just say. Some of those nights, yeah, I had some nights out. And I'll tell you, with that being said, I missed some trades too. I probably could have had like 3 or 4 more wins on the month. At least 3. Could have had at least 3 more wins. There's trades that I hesitated to take that I was like, I should have taken. So from a little bit of hesitation, not being quick enough, and then just not being on the chart at the right time. There's a couple setups that I even missed this month, I could say. So I had a good month, but I'm telling you, from just being patient, I could have even had a better month. That's what like being patient provides you, is like self-awareness. Like, I can look at this month and be like, I had a good month. I only took 3 losses. But I can also look at that and be like, I could have had more wins. There's setups that I missed. Some of you guys are looking at the month like 2 different perspectives. Some of you guys might be looking at the month completely different than me. Like, let me know in the chat. It's December 24th. It's almost Christmas. Holy, that's crazy. Like, a couple days. Damn. 24th. Christmas Eve. Christmas Day. Shit. I'm not ready. I gotta buy my girl something crazy. So yeah, like if your December felt bad, don't blame the market. Review your execution. Don't blame the market. I used to do that. And here's the thing: when you're in all these when you're in all these Telegram groups and all these other chats and this and that, and what's it called? It's kind of like the not the ostrich. It's kind of like following the herd. A lot of you guys might be in other signals groups, other courses, other academies, other telegrams, other chats where you're getting other information, and maybe you're following someone else who had a bad December. And because a lot of people around you had a bad December, you're saying, "Oh, it's okay because we just blame the market." Like if you're around a bunch of people that are blaming something, like for instance, let's say I'm in a let's just here, this will be a better example. Let's say I'm in a Telegram chat and that Telegram chat has a 3-day losing streak altogether. Collectively, they're going to blame the market together and feel okay because they lost and I lost, it's okay. Because so-and-so lost or because so-and-so had a bad month, it's okay. Let's just blame the market. You could be in all these Telegram chats. You could be in all these group chats and all that shit. And you could be losing trades. And all you could be doing is blaming the market and not learning. Like, okay, why did I lose? Right? And that's where you don't actually learn real things, like real critical things about the market and yourself. It's called like the herd effect. Or like following the fish, like the herd. If you're in a group and a bunch of people, let's say you have a bad day and you see 5 other people have a bad day, you're gonna feel a little better about that. You're gonna be like, okay, because all these other people had a bad day, it's okay. Let's just blame the market. That's the market. The market's the market, right? And you're gonna just stay in this fucking loop. I'm telling you, you're just gonna stay in this loop of not really learning about why you lose or being comfortable. You're just gonna blame the market. So whether it's December, it doesn't matter if it's December, if it's March, if it's April, May, June, whatever month, you're gonna have experiences like this again. Well, if you had a bad December, some of you guys, like, let me know in the chat how your month was. I learned what I just told you guys 3 years into my trading because I was in all these group chats and stuff and this, and then I realized like anytime there was a losing day, like you're in these groups and there's a losing day or whatever, and people have a losing day or a bad day, it's just like blame the market. The market was crazy. Oh, I'm about to buy some crazy shit. GG. 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 Supported. Buy your girl some crazy shit. God bless you. And I could see, so like December, we look at gold. I just looked at gold and I'm like, gold didn't have gold had a pretty big, like the lowest point of December is down here. Gold had pretty strong movement for December, I'd say. It was a strong month overall. Consolidation, some chop, moments like this is where you have to study yourself and not be so impulsive, because gold did have some impulsive moments, but it consolidated a lot of the month and then ran up. But I think this month was kind of about timing, like for me, and I got some trade breakdowns and trade review videos I got to make still. For me, a lot of I think about the signals and the moves I caught this month, like a lot of them are like more or less about the timing, I think, and that's one thing I've gotten really good at from just sticking with gold, is like the timing of things, of like the entries. A lot of the moves, like I would say majority of them, like if you look at this one, Oh, where'd it go? Jeez. I want to go. Yeah, I want to go here. There we go. Like if you look at this trade, a lot of my trades were after something significant happened. Something was more like this, for example, was, these wicks down. It's like, okay, for me, it really told me like, yo, there's probably been stop losses hit. This thing's getting ready type of thing. Like things that trigger you, right? There's certain confirmations that will lead me to get kind of like triggered for a trade. And for me, with signals, because I've been sending signals for years, it's not about the amount of trades I send. It's about the amount of losses we don't take. It's about trying to lose less, right? So whether I send, like this month, I took 14 trades this month, 3 lost. Whether I send 20 trades in a month or 25 or more than that, right? It's trying to spread the losses out over time for me. Like that's my trading. Like I'm trying to lose less over time, in a sense. Like, and that's why I'm very patient. That's why I'm very, very patient. I'm on the charts a lot. Most of the time I'm on the charts with you guys a lot on streams. It comes down to being patient because I'd rather take, I don't want to be the trader taking 50 trades in a month, taking 20 losses. I don't want to take 50 trades in a month and take 20 losses or 15 losses. I'm looking at the number of losses. I'd rather take 10 trades in a month, or I'd rather take 14 trades in a month and take 3 losses or 5 losses. Because the amount of losses, the amount of L's, rather than I'm taking 50 trades in a month and I have 20 L's in there. To me, that's over trading. So you gotta look at like if you're over trading too, because like I could manage taking 3, 4, 5 losses in a month. I think 7 losses in a month would be kind of bad, or 8. I think that's a bad month getting there. If we're day trading, weekly trading. This month I took 3 L's. I'd rather kind of focus on numbers like that over time, because like the losses are lesser. It's like you could have 2 traders, right? Let's say one trader takes one trader takes 30 trades in a month. The other trader takes 10. Like, it's simple, just by the law of like numbers, just averages here. Like, one trader just by numbers is going to take more L's, right? And this is where some of you guys might be messing up, is you're not used to the quantity of L's versus like the amount of executions you do monthly. Maybe you're trading at this pace, but you don't even recognize it. So you lose 3 trades in a row. And you're like, oh my God. But maybe you're trading at like a 30 trades per month pace. Maybe you're taking like 30 trades in a month, and you don't even realize that's the pace you're trading at. So you lose 3 to 5 trades, and you're like, shit. Well, you still have like 20 other trades you could take, because maybe you're just trading at a fast pace, versus like the person who takes 10 trades in a month is just going to take fewer L's if their execution is good. If the execution is good, then you're going to be taking fewer L's regardless. So that's like kind of how I angle my execute. Like I think about how many trades I'm taking. Like I just said all this stuff to you guys over here, right? How many trades did you actually take? Were you over trading? Were you forcing setups? Not trading every minute, right? We just talked about some of this stuff, like how many trades did you take, and were they actually in your setup? So You can't, like, don't blame December. A lot of people, December market, this, that. Because, like, I bet there'll be another month. You have a bad month, and you're like, the market's this, that, right? Pretty sure there is a section, something. There is, like, there's members here. I put members, charts, and news here. Like, anyone can post their charts in here. Should be in here, I think. In here. People just be... This guy just shady's on it. I saw this, yo. Not MicroStrategy. Tom Lee. Yeah. This is what? The Tom Lee? Tom Lee. The guy who was calling out $15,000 Ethereum now has a target of like 60 to 65K Bitcoin and Ethereum 1,802K. The guy who's bullish publicly is bearish with his investors. Publicly bullish, privately bearish. Business as usual. What are the comments saying? And he will be right with 60. That's how it's always been. Same script, different year. Yep. Publicly bullish. Yep. Privately bearish. There's a section here. I think everybody's in it. Everybody should be in it. Yeah, everybody should be in there. Members, charts, and news. You can post anything in there. You should be able to. What's this? U.S. strikes ISIS targets in Syria after 2 soldiers and interpreter were killed last week. So last week, 2 U.S. soldiers were, I think, killed. Yeah. U.S. is conducting airstrikes against ISIS targets in Syria in retaliation for the attack that killed 2 American soldiers and a U.S. interpreter on Saturday. So this was last night. Yeah, so...
retaliate for a terror attack in Syria that killed 3. President Trump vowed that the United States would retaliate for a terror attack in Syria that killed 3 Americans, including
3 Americans got killed.
And today it did, launching a massive attack against ISIS targets in central Syria. Charlie D'Agata has the breaking details. Charlie?
How long is this?
Hey, U.S. officials we spoke to tonight describe it, as you said, a massive strike, a large-scale military operation targeting dozens of ISIS targets across central and northern Syria, 70, in fact, with helicopters, artillery, F-16s from an air base in Jordan. And local sources tell us the main target, the ISIS commander responsible for directing the attack on U.S. troops on Saturday, has been killed. This is all in retaliation for the deaths of 2 Iowa National Guard members and a U.S. translator whose bodies returned home on Wednesday. President Trump was there. Declaration of vengeance. In his own social media post tonight, President Trump said the United States is inflicting serious retaliation and the government of Syria is in full support.
What else we got? Oh, that was from last week. Yeah, this was yesterday, today, technically. We got shady effects on the news. Guys on it. Huh, that's it. Yeah, that happened last night.
We go now to the director of...
I don't know, market, like, I think, like, maybe market for, like, the first, today, tomorrow, up until Tuesday will move. I don't know, that's, again, like, this year, this has been crazy. This has been a crazy year. 2025, like, needless to say, holy, like, I don't know how many times we've pulled something like this up on a session in the year of 2025. There's probably a lot that we've missed too. Like, yeah, we've even missed some of these things like this in 2025. Like, the amount of times, like I said, we pulled one of these articles or headlines or news Things like this, like a strike, an attack. It's been quite a year. What's gold do? What's that mean for gold though? And gold's been trending all month already into the end of like December. We've been, like I've said, we've been comfortably above 4K now. Like we've been above $4,000 now on gold for a little while. It's crazy to say because like at one point $4,000 was like a mythical price, like a target or something people were saying all-time highs are going to be at even, or like targets. 4,000 was like a long-term target at one point, and I mean we've been just trading above it pretty comfortably now for over a few months since we broke it in October. Now we're going into January, and it looks like we're going to be trading above 4K going into January, right? Like 4,100 way down here, $4,200. We're nicely now above 43, like for the week or for the time being, and we're just kind of got this $4,400 here. And look, like trend has been going up already going into like the end of the year. I don't see like December's lowest point is back at 4,200. Like the lowest point for December is 4,200. And we've had like 4,300 holding for gold. So it's like, are we going to hold 4,300 the next couple of weeks and just stay above the 4,300? Kind of like what the market did for 4,200. You can see just a few weeks ago, coming into the beginning of the month of December, the market broke above $4,200, right? And ever since we broke above $4,200, it's kind of like a threshold, right? There created some demand there. We went below 4,200. Just like 4,300, we've gone below 4,300. And you could see for the first couple weeks of December, or like end of November, we broke above 4,200. And like for the first couple weeks of December, we just kind of stalled on 4,200, sat there, and we eventually ran up. So it's like 4,300 now. It's spent enough time above 4,300 now. Like we've spent like the last like 2 weeks pretty much going on after this week. We'll probably remain above $4,300 on gold, which is a key price level. I like to look at prices like this, right? We're marking whole numbers right now. And if you go inside of my Discord, we talk about whole numbers in the blueprint section. And if you go on Discord and you go on blueprints, there's a lot of information there that I've posted since I made this Discord. And you want to go back, read those blueprints. There's some good blueprints to read there about gold that I put here. One of them's on the topic of hold numbers. So this blueprint right here is something we always talk about on gold. We always talk about this. Now look at gold. I like to look at these prices. A lot of you guys know that. Some of you guys might be new here on the stream. Might be your first time if you're new here. Psychological numbers, hold numbers. Let me get this out a bit more so you guys can actually see, because my camera is in the way. There we go. Bam. So look at gold right now. Oh, it's down here. 38. No, 3,900. There we go. That's 3,900 right there. So let's just stop at 3,900. Bam. Just below $4,000. So down here, $3,900, $4,000, $4,100. Okay, bam, bam. 4,200, 4,300, 4,400. You can see like this started trading up at 3,900, pulled back, almost came back, like touched the lows, went all the way up, came down to 4K, went all the way up. But like I'm looking at what it's done at like 4,300 here, how it kind of stalled on 4,300, sat there, and it pushed up. Or yeah, 4,200. We're doing like the same thing at like 4,300 now. Kind of just sitting above it. If 4,300 holds maybe for the next weeks, maybe even like the next 24 hours. Price pretty much looks like what it look like here right now. Maybe I'm just saying, like, I'm going off what I see, and this thing, like, I know it's not like a normal week we're going into, but tell me that doesn't look like it wants to break out to the upside. And like, to me, it's just like interesting how we're just pushing that 43.50 level, like $4,350. If you look to the left on gold, it tapped it over here. Over here. Yeah, my screen. I gotta fix my screen. I'll do that this week. If you look at 4,350, like, we tapped it over here. We've literally been tapping that now like 5 times, I think. Like here, here. There's a level, it's like a level of force to me. It's not just like a major, it's not just like a resistance to me that's gonna just dump price. To me, it's like more of like a breakout level. Kind of like how here was. Kind of like how we were here. Now, I know it's holiday week and I don't want to like over expect the most of the market, but like you could literally see how this is like lining up. It's pretty much like how it was down here. So we had all this resistance here. And a bit there. So I see that resistance, like that 43.50 as like a breakout level on gold. I think we're gonna try to break above it. Now, does it happen this week? I mean, the market might just stay low volume this week. Like if we go look at last year, let's go look at last year, Christmas. Let's go to December. Let's go Christmas time. Where was the market on Christmas? Like, so like this week last year. So that would have been here. So that was the week. Last Christmas. For gold. I mean, like, there was movement. Like, if we're looking at the 1 hour chart right now, like, there was price movement here on forex.com. But inside of here, there would have been some times where things were closed, not really moving as much. Depends on the... This is forex.com I'm looking at. Oh, and it might look different, but... So like I said in the beginning of the stream, remember I said in the beginning of the stream, talking about even if your broker's technically open, maybe some conditions might not be as normal this week. We're already consolidating, so we might just continue the consolidation. Maybe we go down more and stay in this range. We have a range right now that price is pretty much in. Rectangle pattern I can see on gold. We kind of have like 2, I would say, inside of that though. Like, let me show you what I mean by 2. Like, there's these lows here. I'll make this yellow. So we kind of have like 2 rectangles pretty much now, like inside of there. So it's in this range, this rectangular range. If this was just like a normal week, I would be saying like, yo, we're going up. Like, I'd be saying look for breakouts, to be honest. If this was like a normal week, I'd be saying look for breakouts. If this is just like a normal week for us, like a normal regular week, I'd be saying we're looking for like the let's say if it was like a normal week, we're looking for like the breakout. Our price just stays in the remember, we're in this rectangular range. We have this like rectangular range. We have like a big range. With the two red rectangles, and then we kind of in this smaller range here. If this is a regular week, I'd say we're going up, to be honest. Like, trying to break out. I don't know how the first 24 hours of market's going to be. Like, maybe it's kind of normal. But then, yeah, after that, it's like, who knows. But, I went over a lot of stuff on this session. Especially at the beginning. I went over a lot of information, mindset. I gave out some tips at the beginning. Some advice for this time of the year. If you missed the beginning of the stream, maybe rewind, watch the first 10 minutes when I started talking. Talked about some things that you could apply, maybe do this time of the year. Yeah, maybe one of the last tips I'll say is build your your 2026 trading plan. Max trades per day or max risk per trade, the conditions you won't trade, the only conditions you're going to trade, the type of setup you're going to look for. Try to vision what does a perfect week look like for you in the market? What is a perfect week, or not even perfect? What's enough? What is a minimal week? What can I do? In trading, it's not always about raising the bar too high, trying to raise the bar too high to the point where you can't always reach it. You're not here to duplicate weeks. You're not here to have, like, if last week you flipped $1,000 to $10,000, you're not here to do that the next week exactly the same. Like, weeks like that will come with the right risk, right setups, right preparation. But what is a good week for you? What is a I don't want to say complacent, but more like a minimal like week in the sense of what you can do, what you could achieve, what you could resolve. What does a perfect week look like for you is what I said, but I don't mean when I say perfect like I have to catch 1,000 pips and every trade. Like, I don't mean perfect in the sense of everything has to be perfect, but what does like a good week look like for you? Is it making $500 every week, averaging that? Is it risking $200 every week to try to make something, or risking $100 every week to try to make something? Because trading is not about trying to reach six figures or make $10,000 every day or every week or every month, or seven figures, millions and millions of dollars. You might see traders out there who promote making millions and millions of dollars of trading. But if you can lock the skill set down correctly, you can start somewhere. That's good for where you're at right now in your life. Most traders rush into trading and they try to make 10K right away or six figures right away. I know this because I did it, And it takes some groundwork maybe. And what does like a good week look like for you? Is that $500 a week, $1,000 a week, or? But look at what you're capable of doing. Try not to always look for too much more beyond your limits. If you know you could put $500 in an account and you're comfortable to take it to $1,000, it's not always trying to go for more. It's about trying to find like a happy medium balance of a result you can achieve, that you're comfortable with the risk. Because it's like, a lot of traders try to go from 500 to 10K or 500 to this, or, we want to get to big numbers. We want to make, obviously, more money. But to make whatever type of money, it takes the same action, right? But sometimes you got to kind of work within your lane first. Find a happy medium balance. It might be easier for you, instead of trying to go for six figures, 50K, and start so high, it might be easier for you to just start off with smaller profitable weeks where you're making $200 a week, $500 a week, consistently, that's easy. Like pulling 250, 500, 1,000 a week. I've taught most of my students how to do that. Most of you guys in the inner circle are pretty much learning how to do that. And you're seeing like, we're seeing a lot of people are doing it. Like it's not just 1 or 2 people, 5, 10 people. Like there's people having breakthroughs every single week. Every single week, people are literally having pretty much breakthroughs. So it's not even about like trading is not even about trying to get to like the 6 figures. Like it could be like, let me try to find a good result that I could maybe show. There's a lot, but there's a specific result that I'm looking for. You know, give me a minute. I want to see if there's any like deposits. Let's see what this is. They're all just profit. I'm looking for a small deposit. These are just like profit days, the weeks. Give me a minute. I mean, this person here, for example, put $1,000 in. They made $1,200. So they did that maybe for their week. I think that might have been their week. No, 2 trading days this week. So okay, that was for their week, but they had 2 trading days. And I mean, trading is not always about trying to get to like 10K months, 6 figures right away. I mean, this is a different type. Like, I mean, this is what I was looking for. But this person put $700, made $8,740. That was their week. So like, you could have crazy weeks like this in trading. Like this is one of my students. They put $700. They made $8,756, and you can see their remaining balance there. Like weeks like this are possible. I mean, I show this all the time. Like you can have weeks like this. This is what people in the inner circle are doing a lot. Which is it's crazy to see. It's crazy to say that this is happening like normally now, because it's like I say like you could do this because like I see like people doing it every week now. It's like, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. I was looking for something like this. You know, I was looking for more of something like this, where we're not depositing 10,000, 20,000, or the profit's not 10K, 20K, or 8K like I just showed you with that other one. Like this is a crazy result, but I could show you 20 other people who have had a result like this, like exactly like this. I can show you another person who did like 3 different people who took $650 to over 20K. If I took some time to scroll, because this is literally from last week, and it's crazy the amount of money, like collectively last week, like just in a handful of people, I helped people make like tens of thousands of dollars just last week. I remember looking at 12 posts last week, and collectively with the 12 posts that people put, it was like $15,000 profit. I was looking for something like this here. Where was it? Like trading could be this, where like your weeks don't have to try to, like if you're trying to aim, and the point I'm going to get to is you might be making the job harder for yourself, trying to go for 10,000 right away, or trying to make thousands of dollars, or become a funded trader, or become a 6-figure trader right away. You might be making the job a little bit harder for yourself. And you can be profitable in trading. It's just like, what is profitable for you? How does that look in a good way? Like I said, what's a perfect week for you? Because for some people, a lot of people that I teach, a perfect week is this right here. Not trying to go for, 100K or 50K, 10K. Like for a lot of the people, and I think for most people getting into trading, this is what a perfect week should look like. Because the problem is when you get into trading and you're trying to duplicate what someone else is doing right away, like someone who's been trading for years, you're trying to get their result in terms of money, it might be harder. Might be a harder process for you. So like for a lot of my students, a lot of the people I'm teaching, this is what a perfect week looks like. Depositing $130, profiting $698. They withdrew $570. They still got money left in their account. That's what I mean about this. Like when you actually have the skill set, it's like, okay, you can make money from the market. It's just some of you guys might be trying to make too much money too fast in a way, and not leveling yourself out. Maybe finding a happy medium balance, because this is the type of result I was looking for. I didn't want to show some big numbers. I wanted to show something like that, right, where you have like a smaller deposit, 130 bucks, 130 euros. And I mean that if this person, like let's just say this person works a full-time job, right? And they're able to do this, or they have their career, they have whatever outside of trading. This is what they're able to do with their weeks, right? So I mean, one thing too is like respect the result. Like look at where you are in trading, because like some of you guys might work, like think about like when you work a job, you're working what, like making like $12, $15, $20 an hour, depending on your job, right? I don't know. I mean, you make $100 in 10 minutes in the market, 30 minutes in the market, or a couple hours in the market, or something like that, right? Like you make $200, $300, $400 in the market in one day or 2 days. Go back to where you are and think about like how long does it make, like that hourly wage that you make, like whatever it's 15 an hour, 20 an hour, $12 an hour. I don't know. Well, I don't even know what minimum wage is nowadays, but fuck, when I was working a job, I was getting paid like 15 an hour, so that was a while back. Whatever it is, think about like that $15, $20 an hour, whatever it is, more or less, right? And when you're up $50 on a trade, or you're up $120 in a trade, or you've made 120 on the week, 200 on the week, whatever it is, think about the time that you have to already put in to make money elsewhere, right? So that's also why you're learning the skill set. It's not to jump to six figures. Like if I trained myself to think like this in the beginning, how I talked to a lot of you guys, I would have been way better off my first 3-4 years into trading. So there's a happy medium balance. What I mean by happy medium balance is like maybe this person's really comfortable with putting 130 bucks in their account, and that's kind of their happy medium balance. They're not, overdoing it. Maybe they're putting an amount that they're comfortable with, that they know, okay, I could maybe do some damage with. That's the power of gold trading, to be honest, because you have two different results here. You have this, which I think if you're a new trader, it's the type of goal you have to kind of maybe something like this to aspire for in the beginning stages. Not get too ahead of yourself, not chase the profit, but chase some consistency in the results of actually taking money out the market. Or you obviously have, maybe your mindset's something like this. You're looking for something like this. I mean, different result. Bro, 2025, collectively, go to my Instagram stories and look at my highlights. I want everybody to do this for a minute. Take the time. Because go to my Instagram highlights. My phone's fucked. This phone's fucked. See my highlights? See testimonials. Go. I want you guys to go look at those for a minute. The reason I say this is because collectively, I've been consistently making people money all year. Like if you go to these stories, I just added some, but if you go back, if you go to like the first ones, like not to brag, but like go look. Like collectively, I've been making money for people. I don't even post them all because I feel like when I do, I'm just spamming. Like, it's just spammy. I looked at this the other day. Collectively this year, yeah. I've helped people print money this year. We had people make money last week. And man, December was a good month. I told you guys December was going to be a good month. I was consistent December, patient. Collectively the other day, when you look at all these, it's crazy. But yep, we got people printing money like every week, having new types of breakthroughs and learning from these trades. Like, you know, I'm not just trading to trade. I'm trading to make money. That was crazy. Collectively, so let me check out the chat before I wrap it up in a little bit. Oh, you changed your name. That's you. Wu-Tang. Me, I don't really aim for like a percentage aiming per month, because like I just said, I put about, like, I start the week with a balance in my account, or the month, and I trade that, and I'll risk that. Like this for example, I'll do something like what this person did, because I try to withdraw weekly. Like, I want to withdraw money. Maybe not weekly, maybe every other week. Like, I try to withdraw as much as I can when I have like a week like this, for example. So I aim to make money. I'm not looking at like so much of the percentage I'm trying to aim for. I'm looking at like how much I'm risking in the account balance, right? I'm looking at like how much I'm willing to risk on the first trade. Like last week, I had $3,800 in my account, and I took it to 11,000, for example. So it was like almost a $7,000 week. Nothing crazy, but like, for example, like that's like an average week for me. Is I'll put like a certain amount in my account, low risk, medium risk, account balance, and I'll trade high risk. I personally trade high risk, but I trade on a small account balance for me. Because like I'm the type of person who might risk like 10 to 20% per trade. So that's why I kind of pace my risk out too. Like I'm not risking 1 to 2%. I'm not as conservative there. I'm a bit higher risk. Because my end goal is to make money, and I know I'm usually right. So I like risking higher risk because I'm consistent in my trading. I do a bit higher risk for myself, but it didn't always start like that. I'm just ordering some chicken tenders and fries. This place is fire. That's my Sunday. Went out last night. And today it's chicken tenders and fries. So, like, I'm not like January. Like January, I'm gonna be putting like $10,000. Like my first account for like January is gonna be like $10,000. I'm gonna throw in an account. I'm gonna see what I can do with that for the month. I'll probably risk like $1,000 on the first trade, which I know is 10%. Maybe $500 to $1,000. Scale the account up. I kind of trade like this. Let's just say this kind of person's week, but I'll put more money in the account. And I'm trying to flip the account personally. So like some weeks I'll make 200% in a week, 300% in a week. I'll have days where I make 40% in a day, 20% in a day. It can get crazy. That's why I tone things back too. Like, I'm not over trading. Like, I took 14 trades this month. 3 losses. So like, I look at the amount of money I'm willing to risk. Like, is it $1,000? Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? Is it $1,200? Is it $1,500 on the trade? Where the account balance is at? If I'm starting the month off and let's say I'm depositing money in an account, and it's like, okay, fresh account, I'm going to give myself $500 in drawdown for the first trade. Something like that as an example. $500 in drawdown for the first trade. Maximum. Maximum, that first trade I might risk $500, $700, right? To start off. Just in case that trade loses, I can still take another trade. But if that trade wins, that's going to be like kind of the pace going for the next trade. I'm going to keep the risk and the lot sizes more the same. So I don't really like, I don't aim for a percentage because like I got bills to pay and shit. I'm trying to make, like, I aim for money too. Like I'm like looking at the risk, the trade, how much I'm risking on the trade, where I'm putting my stop loss on the trade. I'm not really having like targets like that. If I were to, I would aim for something minimal. Because I'm not going to be doing 300% aiming for 300%. I have to just, it's about risk, right? If I had a percentage goal, I would probably aim for 10 to 20% a month and then just stop there, and that would be easy. But that's the thing, is I could do that in a day with how I risk. In a way, like depending on the account size. So for me, it's about account size. Because like if I have 50K or 100K in an account, all right, maybe then I'm not going to risk 10 to 20% on a trade or something like that. Depends on account size too. Like it's all really variable, right? Because like if I have $1,000 in an account, and again, I'm going to use a real example from myself. Like here, for example, I put $1,800 in the account, and I was able to withdraw $15,000. Right, let me find another one. Let me see if I can find that other one from a few weeks ago. I'll probably put it in Telegram then. Like, I'm not gonna go on $1,000 and risk 1%, 2%, because I'm not gonna make money. But for example, like, where is it? Where is that? When was it? When did I did a flip like a bit ago. I just did one this week too. This week's was good. I did a good flip this week, but I did this one like end of November. End of November, I flipped a $1,200. I would look at it's right there. You can see, for example. That profit, this account's up like 4,000 more now. Actually, I think this account. Let me see. Yeah, it's at 13,666 profit now. This account, crazy, from $1,200. So like, it depends on the account, because like this is high risk trading, but for me, $1,200 is nothing. I can navigate that. I did that in like 10 days. There's one, it was up like 8,400. I did that in like 10 days. So like, I'm talking from like real, because if I was to have 50K in an account, I could get a result similar to this, but I wouldn't need to try as much higher with the risk to get the profit, right? That's where it's like percentage. Like for me, the higher the balance, the more it's like I start to think in terms of percentages now. If it's a low balance like this for me, and again, for me, $1,200 is like a low balance, where it's like, okay, I'll show you again, like examples like this. If it's a low balance, I'm doing high risk, but I could have a high reward compared to the balance, right? I mean, I'm a bit risk. That's kind of like my personality. Holy, BNB Pepe is a community driven. What is okay? All right, look at that. Depends on the account balance that I'm gonna go in with, because like, if I want to go high risk, I could. It's something like this in a way where it's like, okay, a low balance. Let's see what we can do this week or month. I was back in September, going into October. Since then, I've withdrawn like a good amount of money. I mean, I've withdrawn it all in crypto, and crypto has been going down the whole time. So it's like, yeah, I got more crypto, but the money's kind of gone down on some of the withdrawals I've done since September, literally, because crypto's just been going down. Yay. If I have 50K in an account, then it's like I could take more trades in a way, be a bit more percentage lenient there, 2%, 3% type of thing, 4%. I mean, higher, like it'd be like maybe I'm trying to compound growth. Depends on your goals. Like, you got to look at your goals. When I started trading, it was like, okay, I'm aiming for 10% a month. That was my goal. I mean, with the way I've been teaching over the months and the way we focus on things, like, there's people who print that in a day. Like, it's like we have crazy results that, you know, for me to say 10% a month is, it's funny for me to say it. For me, like, it's, but like, if you could, like, you have to respect the game. Being able to do 10% a month is good. Like, there's no talking bad about what you can do and what you can achieve in trading. Like, less or more, it doesn't define you as a trader. Whether you're going for 10% a month, or you're trying to make 10% a week, or you're trying to flip accounts like what I'm showing and stuff like that. For me, I focus on the setups. So I focus on the trades. I look for good setups. I look for good trades to be able to trade the way I do. I look for good setups, good executions, patient, really patient. Still putting good time into the charts, but really patient. I would say, like, when I started trading, I would go for 10% a month. I print, the last week, the last month, I've been printing people money all year. Go look at those testimonials on my Instagram story. It's been all year. It's crazy. It is getting crazy. This person had their first $4,000 day. I think last week, yeah, literally. First $4,000 day. That's a milestone. They were at their first 2K day. I think it was their first. Yeah, like they were at their first 2K day, and then it went to their first $4,000 day. This is what trading can be right here. Like I said, like, being able to achieve something like this is where you might, like, try to start with results like this, and keep them when you do. When you have results like this, like, this is a good result to do in a week, in a day, or whatever it is. Like, this is a good result. Whether it takes you a week, a couple days, or a month. I think this person did this in the month, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you could see, like, they deposited. Look when they deposited, 11/24. And that's until, like, last week, if I'm not mistaken, 12/12. So it's not like they did this in a day. Look at this result. $100 deposited. Profit $216 from $100. So this is impressive. Because, like, you got to think about the banks. Like, if you leave money in a bank account, you're not gonna get this type of result in a bank. So, like, this is actually a good result to achieve. Look at this. They got some sells, they got some buys, catching some pips, you know. It's good stuff. 3,000. When I say I'm literally printing people money, like I'm literally been printing people money. Bruh. This person made, like, for example, this is $100 flip. $368. So I mean, challenge yourself. Like I told a lot of these people, I told them, like, some of these people have been here months and for months, and a lot of these people, I've told them, like, challenge yourself. Put $50 in an account and see what you can do. Like, here's that same person who had the $700, 704. That was up $1,600. A week later, they're up $7,000. Wherever that was, somewhere around here. Challenge yourself. I forget where it was. There's too many here. I'm not even gonna find it. I've told a lot of these people to challenge themselves. Put $50 in an account. Put $100 in an account, and just see what you can do for the week. Like, can you grow the $100 to whatever, 150, 120? Like, don't think of. The reason I say $100 is because, like, just think of the money. Like, find a number that you're, like, comfortable with. Like, the reason I say $100 is because, like, okay, it's $100. I think everybody kind of has $100 to start out with to learn how to trade, right? See if you could take it to $120 in a month, maybe in a day, maybe in a week. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but if you could do that, that's already 20%. Like, just if you could do that, whether it takes you a day, a couple days, a week, a month, just being able to take the 100 to 120, the money increase is 20%, right? So it's like how you're able to do it here can help you help dictate how you're able to do it on $500 or $1,000. Can you manage to do it here? Can you find a way to do it? Don't look at the 1%. Don't look at $100 as it like, oh, $1. I gotta risk $1 on a trade. No, risk $5, risk $10, risk $20, risk $15, and see what you like. Try to find a risk that can help increase the account. Look for a trade. Look for a trade that you can risk $5 on, that you can risk $7 on, or $8 on. If you lose $7 on a trade, okay, you're at $93. If that makes you too emotional, it's like, what happens if you're trading on $1,000, right? And you're risking $20 on a trade, $30 on a trade, $40, that. Find a happy medium balance. Find your risk tolerance here at a lower number. And then just realize what you can do. If you can take the $100 to 120, it's like, oh, I just made 20%. That was easy. You should be able to do that with gold. You should be able to do that with 001s. I mean, like, most people jump, like, especially after like 2021 when funded accounts, when these things got really big. These things started to get really big in like 2021, 2020, 2021 after COVID. So like a lot of traders these days kind of skip a part of like, let's actually practice this shit, like, let's see if I could take $100 to $200 this week, or $100 to $200 this month, or $200 or $500. I've taught a lot of people to frame that mindset, and they've literally had results like this with more, even less. I had one student who took $30 and $40 to one time $400 and then $1,400 more than once. But yo, I gotta wrap it up for the night. Market opens soon. Forex market's open. Like, we got USD CHF moving a bit. Yeah, you got like USD CAD's moving now. GBP, Euro. Gold's about to open in like 10 minutes. Let's see how gold opens. Watch the market. Will there be signals this week? Will there? I don't know. If there's no signals this week, guys, Maybe just because it's hard to, I don't know, maybe the market doesn't provide any signals, but I don't want to ruin the pace I've been going at. I've been going at a good pace. I'm kind of sad it's December because it's like, yo, I've been flowing good this month. Like, I'm ready to trade. I'm already ready for January and February. Those of you guys that are in the inner circle, I'm going to be making a calendar for January. So we don't have anything scheduled. We haven't had anything scheduled for December. But those of you guys in the inner circle, I'm going to be creating a schedule for January. We're going to be focusing on London session and New York session. So like pre-London session. So some sessions are going to be like London session. Some sessions are going to be New York session. But yeah, soon, I think in the next like week, I also got to do the iPhone giveaway. I'm going to do that around Christmas. I think after I'm going to my mom's tonight. So for the next like 4 days, I'm not going to be really, just going to be chilling like the next 4 or 5 days. Once I get back from my parents, like my family, I'm going to do the iPhone giveaway. And then we still got to do the one-on-ones. We're going to do the one-on-ones in January. I was going to do it on Christmas, but I think I'm going to do it when I get home from Christmas. Like right when I get back to my apartment. But yo, January, there's going to be a schedule. I'm not going to schedule anything for December. Just going to just go how I've been going. It's kind of that time of the year. Like this is how I reset. Like if you guys know, I've been on the charts a lot this year. So it's kind of that reset mode for me too, where I like to reset, not be on the streams as much. That's personally how I'm really consistent with signals. Like I find if I'm not over streaming, I'm like really consistent with the signals. Just like more self-aware of my own timing for the market setups. So this month's kind of helped me be more consistent with that. I think if I was on the charts streaming so much, there would have been more trades, but at the pace I was going, I saw I missed a few setups, and I wasn't on the charts even as much, but still caught some good setups. iPhone, new one. There's 25 people, so if you're in the inner circle, these 25 people are going to be in the iPhone raffle. Phase 2 is coming to the inner circle. Phase 2. Phase 2. I'm getting a sneak peek of it soon. I don't know when I'm getting a sneak peek. Maybe in like 2 weeks. But Phase 2 is loading. I'm waiting. I wrote something the other day. Phase 2. Phase 2 is loading. Phase 2. Phase 2. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Phase 2. Phase 2. Phase 2 is loading. Inner circle is loading. Inner circle is lifetime access, one-time payment. You're in for life. You get lifetime access. Or there's a yearly option if you want to pay yearly. Honestly, I've seen so many courses out there, academies, services. There's just a lot of value here, a lot of raw information. If you're trying to level up as a trader over the next couple of years, this year, this is the place to be. Phase 2 is loading. Phase 2 is going to be a complete website, complete design website. Really nice, graphical, good website. So yeah, that's what I mean by Phase 2. Phase 2 is loading, coming soon. I'm waiting for it to finish. And I'm going to see a sneak peek. Once I get the sneak peek, I'll show you guys just a sneak peek of it. I don't have it yet. I'm getting the sneak peek soon. Probably in January. I'm getting that sneak peek. But once I get the sneak peek, I'll show you guys. But yeah, Phase 2 is loading soon. Phase 2 is going to have like more videos. So the classroom, everything's going to get moved over to a website. And there's going to be new courses on that website for this Phase 2. I'm just waiting, just patience at this point, but what's coming is going to look sick. It's going to be really, really cool. It's going to be dope. Inner Circle is lifetime access. So think about it. If you buy a coffee a day, if you got those, you buy a coffee a day, the Inner Circle, you gotta. Inner Circle is where it's at. You can ask anyone in the chat. Worst plate, like the worst thing to do is wait too, because like I'm telling you, I've had people that have joined my Inner Circle and have made their subscription back in their first week trading. If you're already a trader, you have a trading account, you're ready to trade, like Inner Circle is the place to be. I think I've seen, and I'm just speaking from results, I've seen people join and make their subscription back, lifetime access, their first week. Like I would say like probably like 60% of the people are probably like made their lifetime subscription back. There was like, look, I'll try to find, there's so many results, it's hard to find these ones, like when they, like some people just say a bunch of things. Let me see if I can find who was it? I think on December, let's see. I'm telling you, like there's too many results that it's hard to find some of the ones that I'm looking for. Like this person joined 3 weeks. So this person, for example, this is one result. They joined 3 weeks ago. They posted that like 2 weeks ago though. So they've been in for like almost a month. They made $1,384 just in their first like 2 weeks of being in the Inner Circle. Like I know there's people, this person's been killing it. Where is it? There's another one that's exactly like that. I mean, this person deposited $120 and had almost, damn. These are the types of results I create. I'm creating monsters. 2026, I'm creating monsters. Watch. 2026, we're locked the fuck in, folks. Alright? This person made 2.1K from $1,000. Like, they're Gucci. Like, most of these people are literally paying for their lifetime access. A lot of people, when they join, trying to find that one. It was like, I think it was December 2nd. It's crazy. It shocks me. That's why, like, these results, like, they're just crazy. What a day to be in the Inner Circle. 1.4K, and it wasn't even my best day this week. Where's December? Yo, I'm just trying to scroll. I'm literally trying to scroll to December 2nd. If it's not on December 2nd, then I'm not going to look for it, but somewhere in here. That's crazy. Well, I can't find it, but it is what it is. There's too many. There's too many. There's someone who just joined and was like, I think it was December 2nd. Like, I just joined the Inner Circle. 2 days in, I already paid for my lifetime access. I was like, damn. Some of y'all owe me a dinner, you know. I give up. Oh, it's coming. This is just December. Like, I'm scrolling through December. We're at December 1st now. Alright. I think it was this person right here that joined. And I swear it was one of these people. Made me happy to see. That's why I'm literally trying to show her. There it is. This person joined the inner circle this week, and in 3 days I made it back. Oh, yeah, I knew I'd find it. See, persistence is key. This person joined and made it like all back in the whole week. In the whole week they joined. So like they're literally locked in for life. GG. How's gold opening? No gaps. 1 hour structures pulled back. What time is it? I gotta get going soon. I got something to do in a bit. So what time? I got a little bit of time here. See how much when I say I'm gonna wrap it up. Yo, when I say I'm gonna wrap it up, don't get off, because like I usually say it like 3 times and then I get off. It's probably my ADHD or some shit. I'm telling you, it's taking time, but what the inner circle turns out to be, what it ends up being in years from now and stuff, because I'm gonna be doing this forever. It's gonna be fucking sick. All right, it's gonna be fucking sick. Yo, y'all gotta post in school more. Y'all be just posting in Discord. I didn't even see this till now. Oh shit. I ran this message. Not showed tangible results. Evident in the entire inner circle community. True growth happens first within us. Yeah. Oh, look at crypto. Crypto's moving. What? I am upgraded. I swear I have. Bro, TradingView is fugazing me. I swear. TradingView is messing with me. I swear I just did I got like a 70% off. Don't I have premium? Yeah. I just got like 70% off. Deal. I took the Black Friday. I had to. I was like, yo, that shit's like 70% off. Hell yeah. Yo, we're about to go to the moon. That's what they won't tell you. Watch crypto this week and see if the 10 a.m. last week dumped every week. Maybe it's a Christmas little rally, like a little Christmas recovery. But I don't know. Crypto's in a crazy state right now. Everyone's saying this is a bear flag. What do you guys think? Like everyone's saying this is a bear flag. I'm like, is it? And saying it's gonna go down one more leg. Like you had like. I see people saying it's a bear flag and we're gonna get like one more leg down. This thing here. I'm like, maybe. I'm not selling crypto though. I can't sell here. It's too like this is like for me like where Ethereum came to is like buying opportunities here or if it goes lower. People saying this is like a bear flag. I don't know where, like this area, this price historically. Like, yeah, if we go lower, it goes down to like, yeah, here. Or to, yeah. Now, but if it holds, it fucking, we know, if it holds, it's a fucking Santa Claus rally back up. So if this is a bear flag, then yeah, we drop down to like probably 2,400, 2,200. My plan, stack Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like I wish it was in December because I've been flowing good on the charts the last month. And my plan is to stack Ethereum, get some like more good trading weeks, stack up some ETH. So you're going to see me like January, February, March trading a lot. Like probably going to see some big numbers as well. Locked in, focused. Bro, there's people when I started the inner circle that said they would join, and they're joining like next week or in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like I'm talking to someone right now who was like, holy, they have to pay more than what it was when it came out. And that's why I say like time, like waiting can cost you. There's someone I'm talking to right now that is gonna join the inner circle, but they were gonna join like 6 months ago, and they completely regret not joining 6 months ago. Because in the last 6 months, there's been so many opportunities too. You know how many trades I've called out in the last 6 months? Gold, what's gold gonna do? I don't know. This structure looks pretty clean. Maybe if this 1 hour closes bullish, we get some move up. What happened to my chart? Let me make it. There we go. That's all I'd say if it was a normal week. Can't find yearly. There should be yearly. Let me get it out there. I'll drop it in Discord and everything. I'll drop everything in Discord and Telegram after this call. I don't know. I don't want to expect the most from the market this week, but if this was like a normal week, I'd be looking for gold to push up. Friday gave us a crazy move. And yo, last week, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I did mention this. 8 a.m. 7, 8 in the morning last week. Just buys. I mentioned this every day except for the first day. It was a sell. 8 a.m. last week. If you look, see 8 a.m. Red line. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I mentioned this last week. I told you guys this. I told you guys this after it happened on Tuesday because I caught a buy on Wednesday. I caught a buy here on Wednesday. $8 a.m. last week could have just pushed buy. What's wrong with my screen again? Oh my Lanta. Oh my Lanta. Why does my screen keep doing this? Every stream it changes. Coordinates itself. Just 8 a.m. Oh, there we go. Fix my screen. Finally. Kind of. Gonna get a new, gonna get a 2026 new banner, 2026 loading. So last week, there we go. Red lines. Red lines are 8 a.m. All the red lines. There we go. Boom. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 a.m. You could even say like 9 a.m. Maybe 8, 9 a.m. as well. But yeah, like 8 a.m. you can see pumped last week. Even maybe sometimes a little bit before, like going into 8 a.m. After 8 a.m. pump. Like going into it, there's a pump. So that's New York, like New York Open. Gold was bullish New York Open last week. And then it retraced and went back up. Like look at same pattern 4 days in a row. Pump in New York, create a high. Retrace, go back up. Pump in New York, create a high, retrace, go back up. You know? Retrace here, go back up. And then we came down and we pumped in New York. We came back down, we retraced, and we went back up. And we're going back up. Pump in New York. Let's come back down, retrace. So it's probably going to go back up. Just saying. Not trying to be optimistic, but yeah, I literally did like the same thing. Pump, retrace, go up a bit. Pump, retrace, go up a bit. Pump, retrace, go up a lot. So today we had the pump. We're getting retrace. It's either go up or don't go up, retrace a bit more, and then go up. All right, that's my bias on gold for holiday week. Let's see what happens. We're trading. Full port the accounts. But yeah, maybe it breaks up. Like you can just watch gold this week. Like I said, I went over a lot of mindset tips at the beginning of the stream. If you weren't on at the beginning of the stream, watch the first like 15 minutes of it or 20 minutes. went over some tips and talked about some stuff for the last week. But yo, BTC to 60K. Honestly, like, it's getting to the point where a lot of people hope so. So it's like, damn, yo, now we're at the point where people are hoping it goes down more so they can buy more. Yeah, now that's the conversation. Everyone's, yeah, even myself, I'm like, yo, like, low key, I won't mind if Bitcoin goes down a bit more so I can stack some more for cheaper. Or ETH, like, so that's, sometimes when people want things to go down more too, like, the market ends up, like, that's what everybody was, when FTX crashed, that's what everyone was saying. I remember when Bitcoin was here. I remember here, everyone in their neighbors were calling out like 12,000, 10,000 and lower. Maybe we get to that final point. It only took until like Bitcoin was down here. Everyone was like, yo, I want Bitcoin to go lower. It was interesting. But yo, 60K, maybe. If it goes to 60K, I'm trying to have a fucking crazy week then or something. That would be not fun, to be honest. I might as well buy a car before it goes there. Yeah, like, I might as well fucking buy a car if it's gonna go 60K, 32%. Oh, alts are pretty, like, a lot of alts are pretty much, like, the only cryptos that are, like, fair value is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, even, like, Chainlink. Everything else is pretty much, like, dead, down a lot. So it's like Bitcoin goes to 60K, everything else is gonna be where then? Like, holy. My plan is just like only stack. I'm not stacking altcoins, not yet. Like, if I ever do, I'll say maybe I bought this or that. Like, I think the only altcoin I would maybe stack a little bit of is Chainlink as it goes down or something, but not me. Like, it's just Bitcoin and ETH. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or XRP. I think those are the only ones worth, like, stacking right now if you're trying to dollar cost average into things. What's gold doing? Probably not much. Like, it's moving up. It's moving up a little bit, but market just open. 1 hour is going up. Wait, yo, I gotta change this back to dark theme now. Yeah, there we go. Dark theme. Alright, boom. Yeah, maybe we pump up. Let's see. Do they push gold up real quick before the market is, like, closed? Bank holidays? Like, do they... What are they gonna do to gold? I mean, the next day might be pretty normal-ish. Like, price action until Tuesday. Like, might be normalish the next day-ish going into Tuesday. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. That's it for me, guys. Hope you guys have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all and all that. I'll see everybody in the next stream. I'll let you guys know when the next stream is. Well, we're going to wrap it up for the day here, folks. 2026 is loading. We're going to be streaming a lot, especially inside the inner circle. So like I said, those of you guys that are in the inner circle, there's going to be a January calendar coming out, full mode. And yeah, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Use this time to reset your mindset, like I said in the beginning of the stream.